I'm on the bus. No, wait, I'm in the bus? Or I'm at the bus?
Which one is correct?
Exactly. And that's the problem.
Hey, I'm Kamal.
And I'm Nora. Welcome to Talk Fluent, where we help you speak English naturally and confidently.
And today we're tackling one of the most confusing topics in English.
On, in, at. These three tiny words drive English learners crazy.
I know, students always ask us, when do I use on? When do I use in? When do I use at?
And honestly, we get it, because even textbooks make this confusing.
Right, they give you rules and grammar charts, but in real life, native speakers don't think about rules.
Exactly. We just talk. And today we're going to show you how we actually use on, in, and at in daily conversations.
No boring grammar lessons, just real talk, real situations, real English.
And here's the thing, once you understand this, your English will sound so much more natural.
So if you want to speak English like a native speaker, this episode is for you.
Before we start, do us a quick favor. Subscribe to Talk Fluent.
We post new English lessons every week
Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.
because we're about to share a story that will change the way you think about on, in, and at forever.
All right, let's dive in.
Okay, imagine this. You're meeting your friend for coffee,
Your friend calls you and asks, "Where are you?"
and you freeze. Your mind goes blank. You think, wait, am I on the street, in the street, at the street?
This happened to my student last month. She panicked. She said, I'm yes.
Yes, that doesn't help.
Her friend was so confused, and my student felt embarrassed. She told me later, "Nora, I know these words, but in that moment, I forgot everything."
This is the problem. You learn the rules, but when you need to speak, your brain stops working.
So today, we're fixing that. We're going to give you a simple trick, a trick that native speakers use without even thinking.
And once you know this trick, you'll never confuse on, in, and at again.
Sounds good?
Awesome, let's go.
So, let me tell you about my friend Marcus. Marcus is not a native English speaker. He's from Germany. He's been living in Canada for 3 years now.
Okay, I like Marcus already.
You haven't even met him. Anyway, Marcus is smart. He studies English every day. He watches movies, he listens to podcasts.
He sounds like a hard worker.
He is, but he had this one problem. Every time he talked to native speakers, he made the same mistake with on, in, and at.
Like what?
Okay, here's an example. One day, Marcus went to a party. His friend texted him, "Where are you?"
All right, I'm listening.
Marcus wanted to say he was inside the building, but he didn't know how to say it correctly.
Oh no, what did he say?
He said, "I'm at the building."
That sounds a little strange, right?
Exactly. His friend was confused. She said, "Are you outside or inside?"
So what should he have said?
He should have said, "I'm in the building."
Ah, there it is, in the building.
Yes, because he's inside the building. That makes sense.
But here's the twist. Later at the party, Marcus wanted to say something else.
What?
He wanted to tell his friend, meet me at the entrance.
Okay.
But he said, meet me in the entrance.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and his friend looked confused. She said, you mean at the entrance?
So Marcus made two mistakes. One time he used at instead of in, another time he used in instead of at.
Exactly, and this is what happens to so many learners.
So, how do we fix this?
Great question. Let me show you.
All right, everyone listening, listen carefully because what Kamal is about to say, this is gold.
Okay, no pressure, right?
No pressure. Just change someone's English life today.
Okay, here's the secret. Native speakers think about on, in, and at in a very simple way.
How?
We think about surfaces, spaces, and points.
Wait, say that again?
Surfaces, spaces, and points.
Okay, explain.
When you use on, you're talking about surfaces, something touching a surface.
Got it. On is about surfaces.
Yes. When you use in, you're talking about spaces, something inside an enclosed space.
Okay, in is about spaces.
And when you use at, you're talking about points, a specific location or position,
Oh, that's actually really simple.
right? But most textbooks don't explain it this way.
So on is surface, in is space, at is point.
Exactly.
Okay, let's test this. Can you give me some examples?
Sure, let's go back to Marcus's story.
All right.
Marcus said, I'm at the building. That was wrong, right? Because the building is a space. You're inside it.
So he should say, I'm in the building.
Exactly. But if he wanted to say he's arrived at that location, he could say, I'm at the party.
Ah, because the party is a point, a specific event location.
Yes, you can be at the party, but in the building.
Ah, this is making sense now.
Good. Let's do more examples.
All right, let's imagine a real conversation. I'll be person A, you be person B.
Sounds good.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Kamal, where's my phone?
It's on the table.
Thanks. And where did you put my keys?
They're in the drawer.
Great. What time should I meet you?
Meet me at 5 o'clock
Where?
at the coffee shop on Main Street.
Perfect. See you then.
Okay, stop. Did you catch all the on, in, and at in that conversation?
Let's break it down for our listeners.
Yes, good idea. First, I said it's on the table.
You used on because the phone is touching the surface of the table.
Right. Then I said they're in the drawer.
You used in because the keys are inside the enclosed space of the drawer.
Exactly. Then you asked what time, and I said at 5 o'clock.
You used at because time is a specific point.
Yes. And then I said at the coffee shop.
You used at because it's a specific location, a meeting point.
But I also said on Main Street.
Ah, because streets are like surfaces. We say on streets.
Exactly. We're on the surface of the street.
This is so cool.
Okay, viewers, let's practice. Repeat after Nora.
The book is on the shelf. Repeat.
Good. Next one.
I'm in the car. Repeat.
Nice. One more.
Meet me at the station. Repeat.
Perfect.
Okay, so remember Marcus, the guy from the beginning?
Yeah, of course.
Well, after that party experience, Marcus felt embarrassed. He decided, I need to fix this. I need to understand on, in, and at once and for all.
Good for him.
Anyway, Marcus came to me. He said, Nora, please help me. I keep making mistakes.
And you taught him this trick.
I did. I explained the whole surface, space, point thing.
And did it work?
Oh, it worked. But here's where it gets interesting.
Uh-oh, what happened?
A few weeks later, Marcus went on a date.
Ooh, a date.
Yes, and he wanted to impress the girl.
Of course.
So he texted her perfect directions. He said, meet me at the restaurant on Oak Street. I'll be in this section by the window.
Wow, he used all three correctly.
Right? And when they met, the girl said, your English is really good.
That's amazing.
And guess what? They're still dating.
No way.
Yes, Marcus told me, Nora, learning this one trick gave me so much confidence.
See, one small change, big results.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about some common mistakes because I know people listening to this, they're probably making these mistakes too.
Yeah, let's do it. Mistake number one. I live in Fifth Street.
Oh, that's a classic mistake, right?
People think I'm inside the street, so I should say in.
But that's wrong.
Yes, the correct way is I live on Fifth Street.
Because streets are surfaces.
Exactly. You're on the street, not in the street.
Unless you're digging a hole.
Right. If you're literally inside the street, you have bigger problems.
Okay, what's mistake number two?
Mistake number two is I'm on the car.
I hear this all the time.
Right. People say I'm on the car, but that sounds like you're sitting on top of the car.
Like on the roof.
Exactly. The correct way is I'm in the car.
Because the car is an enclosed space.
Yes, you're inside it.
But wait, what about buses and trains?
Great question. For buses and trains, we say on
Really? Why?
because we think of them as public transport, as a service. So you're on the bus, on the train.
Put in the car, in the taxi.
Exactly, because cars and taxis are smaller, more personal spaces.
That's weird.
I know, English is weird sometimes.
Okay, one more mistake. What's number 3?
Mistake number 3 is see you in Monday.
Oh man, that sounds really wrong.
It is. The correct way is see you on Monday.
But why on? Monday is time, not a surface.
Good question. For days and dates, we use on.
So on Monday, on Tuesday, on my birthday?
Exactly. But for months and years, we use in.
In January, in 2025.
Yes. And for specific times, we use at.
At 5 o'clock, at noon.
Perfect.
Okay, so let me get this straight. On for days, in for months and years, at for specific times.
You got it.
This is actually making sense now.
Good. Let's do some more examples. I'll give you a situation. You tell me on, in, or at.
All right, I'm ready.
Situation 1. The picture is blank the wall. On, in, or at.
The picture is on the wall
Correct. Why?
because the wall is a surface.
Perfect. Next one. I live blank New York. On, in, or at.
I live in New York
Yes. Why?
because a city is a space.
Exactly. Next, meet me blank the corner. On, in, or at.
Meet me at the corner
Correct. Why?
because the corner is a specific point.
You're getting good at this.
Thanks. Give me another one.
Okay. My birthday is blank December. On, in, or at.
My birthday is in December.
Yes, because December is a month.
Right.
But my birthday is blank December 15th.
My birthday is on December 15th.
Perfect, because that's a specific date.
This is actually pretty easy once you understand the pattern.
I know, right?
All right, listeners, it's your turn. We're going to give you some sentences. You fill in the blank. Use on, in, or at.
Ready? Here we go. Sentence 1. The cat is blank the box.
Think about it. What's the answer?
Okay, the answer is in. The cat is in the box.
Good. Next one. The cat is blank the roof.
What do you think? The answer is on. The cat is on the roof.
Correct. Next, I'll see you blank the airport.
Think. The answer is at. I'll see you at the airport.
Yes. Next one. I'm blank home.
What do you think? The answer is at. I'm at home.
Perfect. One more. The meeting is blank 3 p.m.
What do you think? The answer is at. The meeting is at 3 p.m.
Excellent.
Okay, if you got all of those correct, you're doing amazing.
And if you made a mistake, that's okay. Just listen to this episode again.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
You know, Kamal, teaching English is really special to me
Yeah? Why?
because I remember when I was learning Spanish. It was hard. I made so many mistakes.
I think everyone does, right?
But the mistakes, they made me feel embarrassed. Sometimes I didn't want to speak because I was afraid.
I totally understand that.
But then I realized something. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are how we learn.
That's true.
And I want everyone listening to this podcast to know it's okay to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
You're learning, you're trying. That's what matters.
And every time you practice, you get better.
Yes, just like Marcus. He made mistakes, but he didn't give up.
And now he's dating someone and speaking English confidently.
Exactly. So don't give up.
Keep practicing
Keep listening to podcasts like this,
and keep learning.
because one day you'll speak English fluently. I promise.
We believe in you.
All right, let's do some rapid fire practice. I'll say a sentence, you repeat after me.
And make sure you say it out loud. Okay, here we go. The book is on the table. Repeat.
I'm in the car. Repeat.
Meet me at the station. Repeat.
I live on Park Street. Repeat.
See you on Monday. Repeat.
The meeting is at 2 p.m. Repeat.
Great job.
All right, let's do a quick recap. What did we learn today?
We learned that on is for surfaces, in is for spaces, and at is for points.
Nice.
We also learned that on goes with days and dates, in goes with months and years, and at with specific times.
Yes, so see you on Monday. I was born in 1995. Meet me at 5 o'clock.
Perfect examples.
And we learned some common mistakes, like I live in 5th Street. That's wrong.
The correct way is I live on 5th Street.
Exactly.
And we heard Marcus's story. He learned this rule and it changed his confidence.
Yes, and we want the same for you.
We want you to speak English confidently.
And we want you to feel proud of your progress.
So keep practicing.
All right, before we finish, we have a challenge for you.
Ooh, I love challenges.
Write down 3 sentences, one with on, one with in, and one with at.
Yes, let's see if you can do it correctly.
For example, you can write, I'm sitting on the couch. I'm in my house. I'm at home.
Perfect.
Practice this today.
And if you found this podcast helpful, please subscribe to TalkFluent.
We release new episodes every week.
And we cover all kinds of English topics.
Grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, conversation skills.
Everything you need to speak English naturally.
All right, that's it for today.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.